Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to install the oil cooler on Tony's 2015 STI. So come along. Yeah, so we just finished up break-in miles. There's still some little odds and ends to do. Probably in the last video, we got them all done. But before we get to the dyno, we need to install an oil cooler. We're going to the dyno as of right now in 2.5 weeks. So there should be plenty of time to do what I need to do to get this done. First thing we got to do, take off the bumper. Mount the intercooler. Measure some lines, measure some fittings, and then it's pretty much done. So let's get cooking. So we got the radium swivel banjo. These are really cool. You tighten the actual fitting down with the Allen, and then the whole thing can swivel. The reason we went this route too is because if you were gonna do a regular AN style fitting, you do a 10A or B here, and then you'd have to run a line in. So what would happen is this would end up being significantly taller. And we're already kind of short on space here because it's going right in here. I can do this one-handed. So something like that. So as you see, there's not much room. So probably what we'll do here, this will probably be a very slight angle or a straight fitting off here to kind of come up and over and then down. I'm probably gonna build this line first. I'm not gonna bolt it in or anything right now. I wanna get the sandwich plate put on and the lines like made. Subarus with dual AVCS, you have to get an adapter to extend it down and then the sandwich. I don't really like that way to do it because it's just another failure point in my opinion. Someone needs to come out with one for a Subaru that's just one piece. That would be super cool. So we're gonna get this put on and we're gonna put this on with the their banjos. I should have just done radium ones here too, but that's all right. And then we'll start making the actual lines. Once we get all that made, we'll mount the oil cooler where it needs to be. I might try and pre-fill it. We'll see. But it shouldn't be too bad to do, I think. Either way, let's do the sandwich plate here stuff real quick. So I was putting together the sandwich plate here. These stupid fittings are from the same company, don't fit the sandwich plate. So I'm just gonna get the radium ones because I know they'll fit. That's really annoying. All right, so I got some fittings. Not 100% certain if they're gonna work. This one right here doesn't seem like it's all the way threaded down. But we'll try it and see if we got any leaks. So I'm gonna put that on and then we'll start by making the lines. Once the lines are all made, then all we really gotta do is make some brackets for the cooler and call it a day. So yeah, we'll get that put on and see what we're dealing with. Yeah, so here we got the lines coming in right here. One comes over and up and behind the intercooler and to that side of the cooler. The other one kind of tucks right up in the air. Comes down under the headlight and goes down and over. I did it that way just so that there'd be a little bit more room instead of trying to finagle two lines through it. We still have to make the brackets for the cooler to hold it in place, but that'll be easy. I have an oil filter somewhere around here. I'd like to put it on the car so that way we can check for leaks. I'm gonna look for that right now real quick. All right, so it's the next day. Found a couple of L brackets that I'm able to cut up around here. So I'm gonna bolt the cooler to this, find out where the stud is gonna sit. We're gonna drill a hole and hopefully it'll fit pretty good, and then we'll make another L bracket for over here. Once all that's done, we'll be ready to actually start it up and check for leaks. I've got a filter on it right now. So what we'll do when that's the time is, we'll start it up and we'll just have to kind of, keep a temperature on this because the sandwich plate is thermostatic. So there's gonna be no fluid flowing through everything until that opens up. So we'll just kind of have to play it by ear. But let's get these brackets put on real quick and go from there. Well, it's not the most elegant solution, but it'll work. That thing is definitely not going anywhere. I'm gonna start it up here and check for any leaks. And if that all goes well, then let it get up to temperature and check for leaks again. And then we put the bumper on and we go to the dyno. So let's fire this thing up and cross our fingers. So good. So now we just gotta let it warm up and make sure that the fluid's going through the core. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit so I can see a little better. Well, I spoke too soon. It's coming from the fitting, kind of like what I thought was gonna happen. So these, if you remember right, I had to get some different fittings than what came with it. It seemed too long, so it doesn't seem like the ORB is quite getting all the way down. So I'm gonna take these lines off. Thankfully, I can get those out as it is. And then I think I'm just gonna throw them in the lathe and just turn them down a little bit so that way they bottom out all the way. Did I say we go to the dyno in 4 days? Well, let's get to work. So the big orb one is the brand that sandwich plate is from, and I think that the fittings just aren't, threading down all the way. So I think I'm gonna chuck it up in a lathe and cut, I don't know, 1/8 inch off of these, maybe 1/4. That probably will take care of it. I kind of thought that was gonna be a problem, but kind of running out of time. So at least it's easy to get to, But that's all I can do for tonight, so I'm gonna see if I can get on a lathe tomorrow. Well, I ended up running and getting the right fittings down in Milwaukee today. So we're gonna put these in, get the lines put back on, and check for leaks. And then if everything goes well, we can put the bumper on and be ready for the dyno. So let's put these on real quick and cross our fingers. All right, let's try firing this thing up again and see if we got any leaks. So far, so good. All right, so I just checked with my hand. Yeah, there's definitely oil flowing through here now. No leaks, so we'll shut it off. We'll put the bumper on and we're done. We're ready to go. All right, bumper's all back on. It's a little bit of a oil cooler blockage right there, but overall, not that bad. We could probably always trim all those out, but it should have plenty of airflow across it. But yeah, that's actually where I'm gonna leave this video. Car goes to the dyno in 3 days to get tuned. So if you guys are looking forward to that, make sure you subscribe and we'll see you next time.